Good Earth spin! Hello world, and greetings to everybody on your path. Hello once again. And my disclaimer, once again, I will do a disclaimer each time, because each video is its own video. And this is a fractal, and each video could be umpteen videos. So, disclaimer again, I'm not here to convince you of anything. Please make up your own mind. So today is an interesting special day, so day 5. And I was inspired this afternoon before making this evening, so I'm making this one a bit later than usual. I was inspired to go up to my local sacred mountain, Arthur's Seat, which I've been to the top many times, and it's been raining. I went up as the sun was going down, so it was pretty dark. So I made it to the top and gave and received the blessing of Arthur's Seat with my book, and so that happened already, and now I'm back. So what I'll do is I'll cut that in now, and so I'll just pause the camera now. And then you can watch that, and then I'll be back before you know it. And the universe was void and without form. And Ra said, "Let there be light." Hey everybody, I'm on the top of Arthur's Seat. I decided to come up here in the rain by myself, and thought it was time the sacred mountain from which I've done all my calculations from was, bestowed a gift, at least to get to connect with the energy of the book via its crystal matrix. So here I am. Let there be light. Let the world realize that natural cycles have a part to play. Quite a large one, actually. And yes, I definitely think you should read my book. You can download it for free from my website, cyrus.org, for free. So here I am with this torch of life and this crystal pyramid. Let's just say over here, 19,000 years of peace. And the universe was without form and void. And Ra said, Osiris Heimdall Carbone said, Osiris Hun Kukum said, let there be peace forever eternal peace forever. 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, 19. Infinity codes. 888. Peace and love. Peace and love. Love you all very much. See you all very soon. Making loads of videos. Really enjoying it. Back down the mountain then. Hey! Just in case you don't believe me, as you can see, it's pretty wet up here. Obviously it's not raining, but it's definitely been raining. Definitely watching my step. And I've got this big torch, so I'm going to be fine. Nice UV string shoelaces. Half down the mountain. Yep. And we're back. Hope you enjoyed the journey. As you can see, it was pretty rainy, but you know, the mountain tested me. I slipped a few times, but I had my magic torch on the way down. On the way up, it was mainly just focusing on breathing, really. I love that mountain. Sacred Artist Seat. Blessings. So, another fun day ahead. Hope you got your notepads at the ready. So today's kin signature. Red Lunar Dragon. I polarize in order to nurture, stabilizing being. I seal the input of birth with the lunar tone of challenge. I am guided by the power of space. Re-establish fields. And so it is. 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 So a fun day ahead of us today. Better wipe the slate clean. Back in a second. Marvellous. So today, day 5. Day 5 from the Magic 100-Year book. Oh wow, yes. So I was mentioning, or at least I think I mentioned, I've been feeling the presence of 108 elders around me. All the different teachers, all the different mystic beings who I've met on my path of life. My path of gnosis, which this is, I'm now sharing with you, is my path, which you're welcome to come along. And it is essentially an infinite path, so it's not really my path, really, is it? But it is mine in regards to me making these videos. So I'm both claiming this path as mine at the same time as giving it to everybody, because it's not going to be like it was last time, where it's going to be this, you know, games and karma and all that nonsense. That's all over now. Yes, it is. Over. So, 108 elders. And this sacred book, which I found many years ago in my investigations of old bookshops. So, this ancient book, I think this lady here deserves to be mentioned, because the art and the book here, the book is The Pictorial Key to the Tarot by Arthur Edward Waite, published in 1911. And I do believe this lady here is the artist. I don't know if you can see that. There she is. Anyway, it's good to give respect to your elders. Like I say in my book, we all stand on the shoulders of giants. I would not be here if it wasn't for many people who have inspired me on my path. And I was saying online that I'm going to, at the end of the video, share with you a pile of the different piles of my books on the floor, so you can see some of the books I'm reading. So, today, number 5, the Hierophant, number 5. So I've been instructed to show you a bit more of how this all fits in with the whole glacial periods. I can't show you everything right now, because the thing is I didn't understand it all at the beginning. So for it to make sense, I have to share with you the path I was on in order to come to the understanding, so that you can experience the steps along the way is as close as possible to what I remember my own experience of it was. So it's a shared experience as much as possible. Obviously I could never really share with you exactly what happened in my experience in the last couple of months, but I'll do my best. So, we're going to be talking about the Zodiac today, or 5 long counts. Yesterday was 4, today is 5. So that's related to the ages of the Zodiac. And a curious thing I noticed while studying our Holocene period, which is the current interglacial, is this fascinating arrangement. Don't know if you can see that. So what you should be able to see is that when it got warmer, it was Age of Leo. So the lion was the sign of it warming, and that was the flood, basically. And then we've been living up here. This is the entire recorded history is probably from about here. Back before that's oral traditions here. So the question is obviously what happens here, you know? But like I say, I'm not showing you the whole thing to begin with, because this is a path of gnosis, and obviously there's much more on this page. If you feel like pausing and investigating, I'll just do a bit of zooming there. There you go. Here's another interesting thing. Maybe I have to stand on the opposite side though. 1 second. Interesting thing, if you do this, yes, you have a thumb here and 3 fingers here. You see that? Thumb, 3 fingers. Interesting, eh? So, first mystical piece of Ra's scribblings. I have many of these documents on my floor at the moment. About a gazillion, actually. So this one's pretty cool. Thought I'd share that with you. Obviously there's much more, and that's what we're about to get into now. Is the Zodiac. This is going to be a really interesting one. I have a funny feeling, not like the other ones haven't been interesting, but the Zodiac, oh, and there's obviously way much more to this, so there we go. So I'm back using my red pen, and obviously now I'm back on the red pen. That means we've finished a 4-day sequence, which is called a harmonic, so the 4 directions, north, east, west, south. And so we're back on the red pen today. So red pen, red Lunar dragon. The number 5. So there we go, there's some numbers there, and then from my book, here's the one that was just rained on at the top of Arthur's Seat. Obviously that's going to be a particularly sacred one. That's number 55, that book. Number. So here's my own personal copy that I gave myself. That's number 10. And today we're talking about the Zodiac, so we want to look at pages, let's see, yeah, good place to start is page 111. So pages 111, roughly around there. So 5 long counts, cycle of procession. Just gonna hold up my dyslexic card here. Haven't spelt procession properly. Haha. So, cycle of procession, 5 long counts, 12 or 13 ages, and I currently have my own Zodiac here, which is the Zodiac of Ra, and it has 13 signs because that's how many signs the ecliptic sun travelling through along the ecliptic goes through. It doesn't go through 12, it goes through 13, which includes dear old Ophiuchus here. And dear old Ophiuchus, you know, 13th sign. The antidote, since Scorpio is the 12th, which is the poison, 13 is the antidote. So to not include it is kind of a bit ridiculous, really. Kind of like whole world's missed the point, really. So I include 13. 13 and 0, though, are essentially the center is everywhere. That's the whole understanding. It's like the keepers of the staff have finally realized that the center is everywhere. So the 13th is the completion at the same time as it's the beginning again. End in the beginning, beginning in the end. So there's various other numbers associated with this. The Mayans used 5 long counts. There's, again, like yesterday, do we have long enough records to know for sure? Which is the correct answer? Does time slow up and speed down? Who actually really knows? There's so many different versions of this number online. And I noticed quite a lot the researchers like to round numbers up. I'm more interested in precision, personally. So I'll share some more about the Zodiac of Ra and some of the other signs and interesting alignments on the website at the end as well. So that's some of that. Oh yeah, another ancient book. This one here. And this is published in 1882, and it's got this curious inside cover. I don't know if anybody's seen this one before. It's an interesting one. So another ancient book, definitely over 100 years old. Obviously this is a reprint though. So, the five. If you have an apple in your house and you chop it down the equator, this is what you find. Yes? It's a 5-sided geometry. Gives you an understanding, maybe some more of the mystical levels. of things which have been not necessarily portrayed in the correct way. You know, what's this? It's actually really tasty. I mean, look at this. Mmm. Mmm. Oh yeah, last night I decided my camera deserved to have a name, so my camera is now called Horus, and so I did a knighting ceremony last night, and I knighted the camera Horus, Ra's sacred and blessed camera, keeper of records. Yep. Hey ya, hey, hey, hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey, hey, hey ya, hey, hey, hey ya, hey, hey, hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey, hey, hey ya, hey. Hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey, hey ya, hey. So some more knowledge here, a bit more knowledge, you know, because this is just the beginning, you know, there's a lot more to do with the ice core samples later. But until recently I was under the impression that mainly it was just the Antarctic were the main ones, you know, because the Antarctic's so much bigger than the North Arctic. Because the Arctic in the north is just an ocean, whereas the Antarctic's actually an island with ice caps on top. So, this one is actually a composite of 4 different investigations by ice core engineers. And I'm sharing this with deep respect to all of their work they put into this. And I thank them dearly because of what I've discovered myself, which I'll be sharing with you in the later episodes. Maybe one day I'll get to meet them and give them a copy of my book and give thanks to the universe. So, may peace prevail. So here's an interesting one. Here we go. So talking about the glacials and interglacials, the one I was showing before, well, you see this little bit here, just this little top bit here. So that previous graphic, that's basically dealing with that bit right there, basically, pretty much. So these points here, these are the interglacials. So we're in one of those right now. And then eventually it will repeat, you know, as it has been for I think this covers 500,000 years across this. So 500,000 years. Well, you know, just like we have spring, summer, autumn and winter over a year, Mother Nature has spring, summer, autumn, winter. Spring, summer. Yeah? So that's the whole concept of what this is sharing. And the question's always been when, and also a lot of people now think that we've actually stopped this from happening. Usually those people think they're in control of the whole universe though, so I'm not entirely sure if they've got their maths right. Anyway, one of the points I made at the beginning was the last interglacial, it went to 5 degrees C. So as you can see, 5 degrees C. We're here. So, trying to limit it to 2 or 3 sounds like a bit of a strange concept to me. I'm definitely in support, full support of a clean Earth with no pollution, no particulates. I think the best way to get to that though is if everybody was to become a cyclist like me. Because that's what I am. Cyclists don't pollute. So that's that one. So much more to share. I think it's time for time for the projector. Back in a second. And we're back. Infinity codes. How to access Zodiac of Ra. Just scroll down in the homepage. Here it is here. Zodiac of Ra is there. And so we can go into that one in more detail, but further down this one's quite fascinating. I made this one for 2012. It's basically a collage of all the different alignments, sacred geometries, planetary conjunctions, celestial timings, ancient wisdom, the galaxy, our place in it, we're part of it, it's infinite. We have arrived. Yep. So that's quite a nice one to contemplate if you want to take a trip back to 2012 as an energy form. To me it was an initiation. It was portrayed very much like a doomsday by Hollywood. And what was in those Mayan books that they burnt? What was in the Library of Alexandria which they burnt? And when I say they, I am actually referring to the Roman, Catholic, Christian, Empire of the Gregorian calendar taxation system of debt slavery. Just so we're clear. Feel free to check the maths. Add up the wealth of the planet divided by the population, we're all millionaires. From birth. This is a sacred planet. Check the maths. We're just a biome. I think we need to treat each other with a bit more respect. Turn the consciousness up a wee bit more, and whoop, 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 whoop. Turning the consciousness up. So, infinity codes. Where will we explore next? Maybe a bit of fractal time map, you know, cycle of precession, fractal contents down to left, fractal time map, and then over here there's all different larger cycles. Here's a nice one. Goes into the 5,125 year Mayan long count. Fair bit of information on there. So that's something to check up on. Obviously I built most of this back in 2012. Obviously I always planned to make it into a book, but it took me quite a long time. I've had many hurdles to jump over. And many challenges in my life to get to this point here. So, yeah. May peace prevail on our beloved planet Earth. Maybe it's about time we change the calendar to get the numbers a bit more accurate. Sacred numbers. Why is it just the English language which is so prized? Ever wondered? It's been a challenge to find a truly sacred mathematical path and actually be able to live with that knowledge. For me, it has. But I am now. Here I am. Not going anywhere. All of this information is already on my website. All this information is already in my book. The ice cores have just made it all very, very, very real. So there we go. A bit of Hierophant, number 5, 5 long counts. There we go. Blessed be. Now we're going into extended period now, so this is like bonus material for everybody who's reached this far in stage 5. So I'm going to share with you books on my floor. Back in a second. Hey everyone, this is my floor. Here's the power adapter powering the projector and stuff, so we'll just start here, basically. So we've got Zechariah's book. I definitely think there's some more deeper stuff to this. I'm not entirely sure if it's actually meant to be taken literally. What is Nibiru? Hidden God, invisible God. I may well have also revealed what that is now with my book. Hidden codes. People always fear things until they understand them. That's the whole point of science. But it's still an interesting book to me, so worth sharing. Zechariah Sitchin. Always getting that pronunciation wrong. Anyway, another one, Genesis Revisited. My mum gave me this one recently, Morris Cottrell, only read bits of it. Magicians of the Gods, Wahey, Graham Hancock, legend. Medicinal cookery. Well, this one's saved my life a few times, so, you know, if you're having any health problems, check out the anti-inflammatory curry and the healing soups in there. They're awesome. We've got the Book of Destiny 2012. If you want to know more about the ancient Mayan day signs from a purely Mayan shaman perspective, awesome book. And an amazing book about Palenque. Another gift from my dear mother. Amazing, amazing, awesome photography. Very sacred book. So I'll just put those back as they were. So there we go. That's the first pile. Second pile. So we've got Cherokee Sacred Calendars. So this talks about how Native Americans also had a Tzolk'in-like calendar. This is their version of it. If you want to read up more on Western civilization's idea of what a calendar is, here's one of those books. John Anthony West's book, The Case for Astrology, another legend. Awesome book. Mapping Time, definitely an awesome book. Again, Western mind orientated, but lots of information in it. Very interesting. Yep. Phoenix Rising. Physics of the Soul. Really profound book. Very thankful for reading that one. The Fourth World of the Hopis. The Egyptian Oracle. There's Thoth there hanging out. Planetary Myths. Very interesting in relation to all the different planets, what they represent in our solar system. I think that's Venus on the cover there. Hey Venus. The Cosmic Code. Quantum Physics as the Language of Nature. Really powerful book. And then down here we've got Chinese astrology and world astrology. Peter Marshall and Derek Walters. So there we go. That's stack number 2. Perhaps one of those books may help you on your path, on your Gnosis path, perhaps. I felt the inspiration to share with you these sacred books. Okay, let's just scan across here and then zooming over. There's a little message here. What does it say? How many long counts does an interglacial period last? If no one has asked this question before me, why? Are you not interested in accuracy? So there we go. What's that all about? Okay. So there's the tarot cards. We've got Off Grid. That's where I'm heading. So I got myself the book. Starseed Transmissions. The Story of Astronomy. Read this book front to back in a couple days. 8 Calendars of the Maya. Hunbut's Men, blessed be. The Tibetan Astrology. Very complex. As is the Taoist astrology as well. It's all numbers based though, it's all about fractals. Found this massive one in the second-hand bookshop. Celestial Handbook, Guide to the Universe. And then, what else have we got down here then? We've got the Astrological Tarot and the Book of Thoth. I wonder if it's the Book of Thoth or just a Book of Thoth, really, to be perfectly honest. It's interesting people who use the word the. I prefer the way the book, or a path. So we've got a little book about runes, training the mind, awesome book, Chogyam Trungpa, Buddhism, awesome book. I'll basically probably take this book everywhere I go. Found it when I was, or I got it at a Buddhist temple I stayed at for a while. Very sacred book. Ooh, Saint Germain on Alchemy, formulas for self-transformation. What's that? Oh, okay. Interesting, there's like a light shining above this guy's desk in this room. Cool. And then, Surfers of the Zodiac. Beloved Jose Aguilas, thank you so much for everything you shared. Blessed be. I found these recently in a second-hand bookshop. I've got Guide to Science 2, Biological Sciences, Guide to Science 1, Physical Sciences. Awesome. Okay, so we're nearly there. Just going to do a bit more contemplation here. Put these back where they were. Okay. So, moving on to the final stack. Okay, so what do we have here? Wow. Yes, this book. Profound book. Thank you so much, Emma. Rest all ore. Living with honor. Thank you very much. Blessed be. Dearly. Awesome book. Pagan Ethics. Awesome book. Oh wow, look, it's the mind factor. Jose, thank you so much. And right there, that's what I'm interested in. Path beyond technology. I think we should work with technology, but, you know, it looks like we've just enslaved ourselves to a new level now, rather than actually free ourselves. So, awesome book. Mayan knowledge in here is incredible. Right, so the pagan book it talks about things like, you know, what are Satanists? And the wee message here says, careful you don't confuse satanic with psychedelic. That's interesting. So, Satanists. What is a Satanist? Satanists, Saturnists. Bark orders, take all the money, claim they run the show. Lol. Abusive, basically. That's what Satanists are. So, in the violet flame of transformation, we'll just take it straight back into the light of Gnosis. Since all that energy has been banished from my realms, this is a sacred healing temple of light. So be it, so it is. So this is cool. This is some of the codes that went into my first book, from Atlantis to Arcturus. 19 plus 33 equals 52. Circles within circles. Cycles within cycles. Messages within signs within symbols. Seeds growing into trees. Trees growing into flowers. Fruit of knowledge. 108 beads. 3 pyramids on the earth, mirroring in the sky. as above, as below, so above, in Holy Trinity. Oh yeah, it looks like a flint ran out just before I started this with my lighter. That's an interesting one. May well have been a mirror day that day as well. Stars within galaxies, planets within stars, days and weeks within moons, within years. Alchemy of creation, music of the spheres, forever changing seasons. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 8 is 24. Makes 33. 8 over 33 equals 0.2424242424242424. 888. Infinity codes. Well, hey! So, more beloved sacred books. The Mayan Calendar and the Transformation of Consciousness, Carl Johan Kalman. Ooh, impact Earth, asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. The growing threat. These things do exist. For sure, there's multiple levels to all of this. Catastrophe or Ecstasy. Beyond 2012, Jeff Stray. A lot of these books I bought but never read because I was focusing on producing my own book. But I have dipped into them since publishing my own book. And these are really, you know, like, there's so much information in these books. Like, look what these beloved kin of the planet have accomplished. Beloved Mark Healy, Everything Guide to 2012. Another awesome book. Awesome books. Okay. And here we have the Tarot Cavendish. This is a hardback. We've got Flight of the Feathered Serpent. That's a Mayan themed tarot set. One of Jose's original Earth Ascending books. Again, awesome books. Sacred books. Blessed be. And last but definitely not least, Mandala. Sacred wisdom of the planet. Beloved ancestors, thank you so much. Thank you to everybody whose shoulders I stand on, helping me see further. It's because of you. Nature rules. Yes, it does. Oh, I think I almost forgot our magic symbol. Right, well, I better put Horus back. And back in a second. And we're back again. So that's some of the books on my floor. Thought you'd like to check those out. So, magic symbol number 5. That's right, only the most intrepid of us will reach the end of this path. Magic symbol number 5. Website plugs: cyrus.org, infinitycodes.net. You can download my book for free, and there's all the cards there too, free to check out. Although obviously they're now morphing into which is major and minor arcanas, even though really they're all major to me, really, because it's just the Galactic tarot. The truth will set us free. If it doesn't, it's not the truth. For all the mothers, blessed be. Sisters, blessed be. Great Goddess, blessed be. Thank you very much for being on this path with me. Hope you enjoyed another good show. See you tomorrow.